It's still News 360. Thanks for staying with us. Let's do some business now with me, Nanikia Mensah Brampan, talking about the cash for seat probe. Well, financial analyst Joe Jackson says the ongoing cash for seats probe by Parliament will increase investor confidence in the country. He said the parliamentary inquiry sends a strong signal to the business community that Ghana does not condone corruption.
The Speaker of Parliament, Professor Mike Eronokwe, has set up a 5-member committee to investigate claims that the Trade Ministry extorted $100,000 from expatriates to allow them to sit close to the President during the Ghana Expatriates Business Awards. Although the presidency has said the Trade Ministry did no wrong in commercializing the presidential table at the event, the minority have accused the ministry of preying on the expatriates and charging them huge sums of money at the event. But how will the whole saga affect the business of expatriates in the country? Financial analyst Joe Jackson said paying to have access to the president is an act of corruption and must be treated as such.
The truth of the matter is that as a business person everywhere, investor, business person, we all want access. We want access to politicians, because the politicians, the decisions they make, the policies they implement, the taxes they levy, etc., have a huge effect on our business. But anybody who collects money for access is in the practice of corruption, and of the worst form. Because money for access just simply means that by virtue of your position or your appointment or your election, you are placing money into some private pockets. And that's wrong.
He said the ongoing probe by Parliament is positive for the foreign investor community in Ghana, as it is a signal that the country is making inroads in eliminating corruption.
This probe, this airing of the issues to do with this cash for access is good, and it's actually going to encourage investors. Why? Because it tells us that corruption in Ghana is not so entrenched that we start to think it is okay to have cash for access. It is not so entrenched, and that people are still, their morals are intact.
And the Royal Bank has marked 5 years of operations. Board Chair of the bank, Professor Bill Pulampos, assured customers and stakeholders the bank will meet the new minimum capital of 400 million cedis by the end of December 2018.
The Royal Bank is a wholly Ghanaian-owned bank incorporated in July 2011 and started operations on the 10th of December 2012. From a single branch at Osu, the bank now operates 26 branches in 6 regions of the country. The Royal Bank for the last 5 years had eventful history. The bank had its board reconstituted last year and is currently working hard to deliver good value. Through its corporate social responsibility arm, the Alhaji Adamu Idrisu Foundation, it has provided potable water to over 150 deprived communities in Ghana.
The future of the bank is very promising. Coming from its humble beginnings in 1 branch, 26 in 5 years, we can only hope for better things and greater things ahead. To all our employees, let me put it simply this way: there will be difficult decisions to take in the months and years to come. But rest assured that from the boardroom to senior management, we are committed to each and every single person.
In a speech read on his behalf, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, congratulated the Royal Bank for providing excellent, innovative, and world-class banking services.
The Royal Bank's assets stood at 1.24 billion Ghana cedis as at the end of November 2017 and formed 1.5% of the banking industry's total assets, an indication that the bank is growing amidst intense competition.
The month-long celebration will commence with a lineup of activities, including a donation to inmates of the Pantan Hospital and free healthcare screening for traders at the Ashaman Market on the 27th of January.
At this stage, I think it is too early for me to tell you which of the routes that the bank is taking. We are exploring all avenues. We are looking at major possibilities. We are looking at the shareholders also raising additional capital. We are looking at other financiers coming in to take some equity position. So we are looking at everything at the moment. I hope that by June we will have settled on something.
The 5th anniversary celebrations will be climaxed with the Thanksgiving service for the entire staff of the Royal Bank at the forecourt of its head office.
And talking about happenings in the Flagstaff House today, President Akufo-Addo says government saved 145 million cedis in 2017 on procurement through prudent management of the economy. Speaking at a second encounter with the media, the president said the amount saved provides incentives to open up government procurement.
You would recall that throughout the election campaign, we said part of the reason for the difficulties with the economy was the sole sourcing of procurement by government. Let me give you a few figures to illustrate this point. In the year 2016, the Public Procurement Authority had 622 sole source requests. 579 of that number, 77 of that number, 98% were approved, and there were 25 rejections. There were 592 requests made for restricted tenders, and 587, 99.15%, were approved, and there were 5 rejections. A grand total of 0 savings was made through the procurement process. In 2017, our first year in government, 394 sole sourcing requests were made, out of which 223, that is 56.6%, were approved, and 171, 43.6%, were rejected. There were 300.
We'll be hearing more from the president on the sports side with Michael Otieje, but that's it for business tonight. My name is Nanikia Mensah Brampa. Good evening.